You know me, MacGyver. It's MacGyver of Instagram Live right here. Live on the set of 2 Minute Drill. We are getting ready to film the TV show today and the training, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Andrew, Jake, Team David Meltzer, all right there. Let's pin it up there. Jake Scher, how are you, my dear friend? Sounds great. You're around the block. There we go. The reason I have them pin this is how you get my book for free, the exercises guides. The perfect pitch guide is one of my favorite guides that I have. Go ahead, email me, david@dmeltzer.com, or you can get everything for free by joining my community. We're offering it all the time at 949-298-29, 949-298. I almost forgot my own number. Yesterday I almost gave my home number as well. There she is. How are you?
Hello. Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me early here.
I'm so excited to be here with you.
I love the pictures behind you. Who made those?
Oh, those are my son. And he made our logo for us. And it happened to be right in June. So he also made a little pride poster. And it's been up there for a couple of years.
That is awesome. Well,
yeah.
You know, 822, you're the founder of 822 Group. The reason I wanted to have you on is that I don't think people can fathom how large a global community and reachable the global community is. And those are two separate things. I think that because most of the people that have evolved to run things today are still stuck in a mindset about 300 people in their universe at max.
Yeah.
And then the younger people can't fathom on the other side. You know, I'll have someone on my YouTube, which I was super proud that I hit 15,000 subscribers on my YouTube, and my kids were laughing at me, right? They're like, yeah, Dad, but Instagram, you're super popular in this. I said, well, hold on a second. These people watch everything I do on YouTube, every video end to end for a long time. I said, that's like if my job was every day to go to the sports arena and stand on stage and it was sold out like Joel Osteen, and somebody's going to watch me for 10 minutes. If somebody would have told me that when I was a kid, I'd be like, are you kidding me? Like that would be a dream, you know, so and then to know what to do with it. And 822 Group really figures out not only how to reach the community, build the community, help engineer and align how big of a community, and as a consultant, really allow the growth and acceleration to be with you according to your business or your personal brand. What is your background that gives you that perspective? Because very few people share our perspective of how big this is.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got so lucky. I started my career in the digital and social media space on the entertainment side. So I got to watch over 20 years ago, back when it was just message boards, what would happen when a brand started to engage with people, and the responsibility on that brand to engage authentically, because all of a sudden the filter of shiny advertising was gone and there was this direct connection. And so I really got to see the power of the democratization of how consumers were starting to get power because they could share so much information. And then I went into change management and crisis and reputation management at a global PR firm. And that's where I really start to see the connection of the two things, right? That before there used to be, you know, a 24-hour news cycle that you could manage as a brand, and all of a sudden it was 24 seconds. And I really, you know, spent my career in those 20 years helping brands think about how they wanted to show up in service of themselves and their community at the same time, because I had a hunch then, and I think we've started to see now, that is the only way to survive as a business now. You have to have some sense of what's right for society, and really it comes down to purpose. And so that's why I left and I founded 822 Group, because the hypothesis is at the core of every crisis is a lack of purpose, either for the brand or the leader.
It's so interesting because I wrote a book years ago with Blaine Bartlett about compassionate capitalism, which addresses that exact issue of trying to be a merchant servant and to be of service and value. And here it's evolved for me into another side of it, because I think as much as we want to provide value, one of the things I find that's getting lost too is how do we receive from this global community so we can be more empowered to impact more people, to give more. And that paradigm has shifted for me in 14 years of, I used to give to receive, and it was a nice negotiation trade in my life. And knowing how big and abundant this global community is, I started realizing the best thing I can do with the best intention is to receive, so
Yeah.
I can give to as many people. And I think people in your position not only have to teach, how to, give and serve to the community, but how can we build that brand big enough to receive enough so that we can have a huge impact on
Yeah.
what we want to do.
Right. Absolutely. And I also think part of it is, brands have had to learn empathy, because part of that receiving is about opening up that stream where you're able to actually understand how your consumer and your employees are feeling and what their experiences are. And I think we were taught, talking about old models of business, that they were there to sell to, or to, communicate to. And it's now so much about really putting yourself in their shoes. And as a brand, the responsibility is on you to act in their service and make their lives better in whatever way you're uniquely positioned to do.
Yeah, I'm filming my TV show for my Friday training called 2 Minute Drill, which is about pitching, right? And I had
Yeah.
elevator pitch as well for 5 seasons, and teaching people to pitch. And what I was trying to tell them is, get away from the old school feature and benefit dump, right? There's two things that I think a lot of people need to know. One being empathy, that people buy on emotion for logical reasons, that,
Yeah.
They're going to remember the way you made them feel, and don't sell to them, sell through them. Because
Right.
if you make them feel good, they're going to want to make other people feel good. And in other words, you've just recruited a free salesperson for yourself.
Yes.
But the most lost thing in the global community, and this idea that you're sharing, I think also, it feels really good to, especially a lot of the younger associates that I work with, it feels really good to talk about empathy and to doing good and all these things. But there's still one thing that's more important, and that's credibility.
Absolutely.
And I think that, you talk about authenticity and organic marketing and all these things. What it really is credibility. Are you overselling, back end selling, line manipulating, or cheating your customers, your associates, your employees? Because never before now has it been quicker to expose the truth, which I love.
Yeah.
I had a saying way back in the old days. I would say the truth always comes out. The truth vibrates the fastest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, through the communicative process since the 80s, 90s to the 2000s, for me, sometimes it took years for the truth to come out, right? Somebody
Yeah.
had already passed away by the time you found out they were a complete jerk. But
Right.
now we
Not
have
anymore.
a more instant way. The truth will vibrate faster.
Yeah.
How do you work as a consultant with that credibility issue, even beyond the empathy issue?
Yeah, I love that question. I think we work on two levels. I personally do a lot of work with CEOs themselves on really understanding and reconnecting to their purpose. And by that, I mean, why are you here doing what you do? Are you clear on that? And is it aligned with the purpose of the company you're representing? And the reason that purpose has so much to do with credibility is that that is so uniquely who you are that there's nothing to lie about. The problem is, the reason that we get lost as leaders, as I've seen in my career, is you've lost that connection to your why and to your purpose. And so you're making things up as you're going because you always need an answer. You always need to feel like you're showing up to lead in that moment. But if you're able to reconnect to what I call that internal GPS, you have a very solid and steady knowingness about why you're doing what you're doing, and you can make decisions. Sometimes they're hard and sometimes they won't be popular, but they're coming from an internal alignment with what I say is your higher self. And so therefore, you're always going to be able to be authentic. Again, being authentic doesn't mean everybody loves what you're saying. It just means that you're honest about where you're coming from. And so for me, it's really about getting leaders to align with that purpose so they can be self-aware, they can be authentic, and they can make decisions in line with who they really are. And then on a brand level, my team helps to make sure the brand itself also understands its purpose. One of the things we're seeing right now is brands want to step up and talk about, things that are happening in the world, right? And we have to be really careful that we're not being opportunistic about that as a brand. And so where our point of view on that is really think about what your purpose is as a brand. Are you a consumer packaged good? Are you, a celebrity? Who are you? And what value can you add to the conversation? Stay in that lane. Don't just jump into the discussion because it's, what everyone is doing. And so brand purpose is about really understanding, what can I as a company contribute to society? Why are we here? And how do we make decisions based on that every day?
if you're going to go back and watch something and listen to it, that to me is gold. That is a nugget that I try to teach so many people. I have sat on the sidelines, been a CEO of huge brands in my life. I have also, helped build, huge brands when at Lee Steinberg and with Warren Moon with Sports One Marketing, huge personal brands. And what I've learned and articulated through that is, one, illuminate who you are. You don't have to please. There's a saying, when I started building my brand, I realized about myself being a pleaser, right? I was so chameleon, middle of the road, vanilla, because I was the agent. I was the right? I was that guy. And I didn't realize how much I had to find myself and love myself, because people will laugh at you, scoff at you, make fun of you for no reason at all. They'll hate you. And eventually, if you stick to who you are, they'll applaud you. If you seek no one's approval, you will receive approval. And it takes a long time to realize, you know what, number one, I'm going to illuminate who I am within the cautious realm of let me get alignment, take action, and then adjustment. But I have learned a few tricks. Like, number one, always brand yourself as an asshole in the past, because you have been, every single one of us. So if you brand yourself that, look, I have gone through this journey. I used to be a real jerk. Therefore, if anyone comes out and goes, oh yeah, I knew that guy in high school, he was a jerk, you're like, yeah, I told you so. Right? You protect. And then two, brand yourself as a hypocrite, meaning, and brand it in a positive methodology. I always say, brand yourself as a hypocrite, that you should be a hypocrite, because if you're not the same person you were, that means you're learning, growing, and accelerating. And doesn't everybody want to learn, grow, and accelerate and forgive themselves for their mistakes? So, I take inventory of my values every day. I'm a hypocrite. And then three, if there are any weaknesses, find the place where that weakness is a strength. And those little key tidbits fit exactly into what I think still the biggest problem is, that people want to be approved. They want people to applaud them immediately. And they don't realize, and this will be our last point because I want you to touch on it. We started with, they don't realize how big the market is. And I have this saying, and I'd love for your feedback. I'm telling everyone that I'm working with in a global stage, look, until you annoy everybody that likes you and loves you, until you annoy everyone that doesn't like you and hates you, you haven't even reached the bottom of how much you should be out there as a brand posting. Because you're not going to get to the next layer of people if the people who already love you aren't seeing you all the time, because it's so big and there's so much noise. You have to realize, you think, that you've said, say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up. One of my favorite things that I have said. It's in every book that I write. It's in almost every speech that I give. And in my head, I'm like, don't say that again. People are going to roll their eyes and be like, this guy just repeats himself. I can't tell you how many people DM me, LinkedIn me, like message me going, oh my God, that's genius. I'm going to say thank you before you go to bed. And there's probably another 4 billion people that haven't heard it yet.
Well, and there's a whole old communication rule that tells you the same person has to hear something 3 to 5 times for it to really get through and resonate. So even if that person's heard it, they really need to hear it over and over again. I agree with you. I think, though, it's really important that those things you're saying repeatedly truly come from a place of doing the work to understand who you are. And that's reflected, because when you are just saying things to say them, you are a part of the noise. And right now, I have to tell you, the CEOs I work with, the progress we're making is, if you really want to stand out, we've got to say something that's coming from a resonant place, because there is so much noise and so much lying happening in order to get people's attention that you can't fall in line. That's not what society's asking for anymore. And I think that's the really, if anyone walks away with anything right now, it's that table stakes are different right now. Your license to operate as a leader and as a company, society's not just going to stand there and let you market to them. It's got to be something that feels to them like they're getting a part of you that's real. And so I think doing that work to understand that part of yourself as a leader, this is a secret, right? I'm sure that so many leaders out there are super insecure and are really, really focused on validation. And they can be free of those things. They can be free of those things with some work on aligning with themselves.
Yeah, I know I've done that work over 14 years it's taken me, and I
Yeah,
absolutely was that person. It's interesting because you're really talking about frequency and knowing your frequency,
absolutely.
strengthening your signal, knowing your spectrum, and getting a clear message consistently that's you, your
Yes.
frequency. And you're such an expert at that. I know everybody can reach you at Mary Fontanez, but where else can they get you for 822 group if they want your help?
Sure. Yeah, it's Maury Fontanez. So
Oh, Maury, sorry.
Maury Fontanez. That's okay. I get that all the time. And then our website is 822group.com. And I'm on Instagram at Maury Fontanez.
I got to note, my team did not mess that up. I'm just getting old, and my
It
notes are like
happens.
way over there. But I love that. Where's the name come from, Maury?
My real name is Morvarid. It's Persian. Both my parents are Persian. I was born here in the States. And then, growing up here as an immigrant child, people can't say Morvarid. So it got changed very quickly when I was little to Maury.
Oh, wow, it's beautiful. So are you. Thank you so much for
Thank
helping
you.
everyone. Come back and visit me, please.
Thank you. It was nice to chat. Take
Thank you,
care.
Maury. Take care.
Bye.
Great wisdom. If you're not looking globally, if you're not looking within to find your own frequency, the strength, the spectrum, and the clarity of your own message, no matter who you are, you're making a mistake. Even if you end up with 10,000 people in your lifetime that love who you are and what you do, that's more than ever was possible when I was a young person. Thank you so much. At Maury Fontanez, Jake has posted it up. Remember today, join us 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't, just email me, david@dmeltzer.com, or 949-298-2905. We'll give you that perfect pitch guide is incredible. You get my book for free, those guides for free. All you got to do is email me or text me at the numbers pinned below, david@dmeltzer.com or 949-298-2905. All right, let's see. We got some questions rolling. Get me warmed up today. Let's do this. What is the most important lesson you've learned this week? Loving that question on Fridays, as always. I think yesterday on Office Hours with Blaine Bartlett, we were talking to the CEO of Blaze. And I think, beyond who we are, we really have to put things into perspective of where we are. And so, where are you is determined by your own values. And a lot of times I think we change our perspective to a place that we're not. In other words, the lesson is I'm happy where I'm at, but I need to know where that is so I can angle towards where I think I want to be and have faith that I'll be somewhere better. I'm happy where I think I'm at, and I got to know where that is to angle towards what I think I want to be, but I have faith that I'll be somewhere better. And effectuating 5 daily principles, which we can get to you, and utilizing the 4 pillars or values of gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and effective communication will get you there. At what point did you become confident enough to go into coaching as a business? Well, when somebody else backed me and said, "You're really good at this. I'd like to make a business out of it." I, for years, wasn't even confident enough to make it a business when I was in business. I didn't charge nearly enough until I got to the place where I could guarantee profit. Right, that's when I felt really comfortable, where I could tell everyone that's with me, "Look, I'll work month to month and guarantee you profit. If I'm not going to lock you into anything like these other guys. I'm not going to oversell, back and sell. But look, I got a lot to offer. I can change your life, change your business, make you millions, and I will work with you month to month and guarantee I do it and mitigate all risk for you." That's when it really became a great business for me, helping others. 120 rule. Giving 100 of value, asking for 20 back. How do you define fun? Enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of my potential is fun. Enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of my potential, that's fun for me. What are a few of your favorite affirmations? I am worthy. I am health. I am love. I am appreciation. Those are many of them. I read the Course in Miracles every day as an affirmation as well. I am gratitude. I am forgiveness. I am accountability. Jin Dan in China means let it come through me. Why are you trying to be like Gary Vee? Gary Vee is one of my mentors. I really don't want to be just like Gary Vee. Have a lot of different experiences than he does, but on the social media side, he's helping me, and I really appreciate it. If you have some other ideas as well, why don't you go ahead and email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll give you my cell phone. I'd love to learn more about why you wouldn't want to try to be like Gary Vee. He's the best in social media. But overall, I do a lot of other things. He actually uses my help for his sports agency, for example. Right? I ran the most notable sports agency in the world. And so that's how we met. And then I asked him to be like him on social media because I think he does a terrific job. And hopefully you do too. So remember, comparison's the thief of joy. So to me, when people copy me, it's a great form of adulation and compliment. And I hope Gary takes it that way, which I know he does because we talk all the time. Just an awesome dude. So thank you, though, for noticing the similarities. Huge compliment to me and hopefully to him as well. What is your number one tip for young entrepreneurs to stand out in an interview? Be prepared. Do your research. Be prepared. And, you've got to be more interested. Know who you're interviewing with. Come with questions. Know your values. Answer the questions by those values. All right? So do that. But be yourself, too. Don't try to answer to please them. Be yourself. Because if you don't get the job in yourself, you weren't supposed to have that job, that the universe is pushing you to something better, to a better job that's more aligned with your values. All right, next. What is your concept on intuition? Intuition is your clearest connection to the most powerful source of light, love, and lessons. It's the clearest connection that comes through you that you're able to give to others. You can practice your intuition, and you can practice your intuition by, for example, when you're sitting on a plane or a bus or at the church or whatever, and you start staring at the people in front of you through the cracks in the chairs, you'll see them move. And as you get better with intuition and practicing intuition, you actually can get them turn and look through the crack back at you. I practice intuition every day. I utilize that ability to be connected, not only to the greatest source of light, love, and lessons, but allowing it through appreciation, gratitude, and my values to give it to other people. But you can move worlds with your mind, and the power of attention plus intention equals the coincidences you want. The mathematical equation of luck is there for you. Do you believe robots will take over? It depends on what you think is a robot. Take over what? Yes, they will take over certain things. They're not going to take over my mind or my body or my soul. But besides that, they're going to take over my car and my house. Yes, they're going to take over the planes and the roads, my computers. Yeah, they're going to take over a lot of different things, but they're not going to take over my mind, my body, and my soul. And so I'll always have a great awareness to the capabilities of robots and the capabilities of me with my intuition. Remember, join me anytime in my community, 949-298-2905, or email me, david@dmeltzer.com. If you want the perfect pitch guide from today, 2-minute drill is 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Just email me if you haven't joined, david@dmeltzer.com, or the community, 949-298-2905. If you miss it, go to Spotify. I'm featured on Spotify and Entrepreneur. #1 downloaded podcast is my trainings from Friday. Those come out on Monday, but all the trainings are listed up there. Go to Spotify, look up the playbook. You can find me there. Enrique's here. Let's go on a little bit early, my friend, from Elevate, the Elapreneur, the Happiness King, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin partner of mine, just making everybody happy. I am waiting for him to join. There he goes. Hey, buddy.
What's going on, my man? How are you?
I am phenomenal. Thank you for taking the time to join me. I wanted to kind of get everybody motivated before my pitch competition show, 2-minute drill, because, you're one of my coaching clients, but
Yes.
also an extraordinary entrepreneur. As we're going through this pandemic, there's a lot of people that don't understand with great change comes great opportunity. And you and your wife, Nancy, really have taken advantage of the last 16 to 20 weeks, accelerated your business to a new level, a business that really didn't take much capital to start. It just took grit and heart, focus and attention. And not only have you guys made millions of dollars, but you have like 3,000 people that you've helped as well, if I'm not mistaken. I've actually had my wife yesterday give you a call to learn more because
Yes.
she doesn't need money, but she wants something fun to do to help people. And out of all the businesses that I was hanging out with, she's like, come on, Dave, you talk to everybody. You know, who can I work with that, you know, I can help people and have fun at my own time, right? She's a mom of four.
Right.
She's my wife. She likes to have a good time, work out every day, but she has some hours in the day that she doesn't want to sit around watching TV. And I said, wow, Enrique and Nancy are the two people that I know, thousands of people, from people like you all the way up to people that have given their entire lives to the business, like you guys making millions. But you might as well make, I always call it activity you get paid for. You might as well get paid for the free time that you have if you're bored, right?
Right. So in this time that we're in this quarantine, you got people sitting at home, bored, maybe not working, scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, spending a lot of time on social media, where if they redirected that time into an online business, they could really start making another stream of income, right? Whether it's part-time for a few hours a day, or whether they have bigger goals and dreams where they want to make, 6 figures or more, that's possible as well. So during this quarantine since March, our business has increased in revenue every single month, in this quarantine. And then you're looking at small businesses, brick and mortar, they're shutting down. The way the world is moving these days is online business. You look at Amazon, look at all the e-commerce. Starting an online business is the place to be in business if you're doing business in this day and age.
Well, in order to do business online, though, there's still something in the last mile that is always present, and that's you got to have a credible product that people
Right.
like. There's nothing sells better than a quality product, a good tasting product, a product that changes and has value. Something.
Right.
It's just true. The best always sells, no matter if the economy is good, bad, or indifferent. The best quality content sells, no matter if the economy's bad, good, or indifferent. And what attracted me to you and you to me, because I got you guys requesting me as a coach, and while I'm like literally using your product, going, you got to be kidding me. Like you started explaining like your company to me. I'm like, no, I use that product. I use Elevate. To me, it's an extraordinary, credible thing. And not to say, because I wanted you on here, not just to pump Elevate, because, I want people to know that whatever's you're passionate about, like if you find a product that you're passionate about, and it doesn't have to be multi-level marketing, direct sales. It could be just a product that you're passionate about, that you really believe in. Look, the global economy allows you to call that company and become a distributor. You don't have to have 1 million square feet of warehouse space, right? You guys have zero warehouse space. You have that beautiful new home that you bought from the money that you're selling, but you don't have a huge warehouse. And, I'm trying to encourage everybody that, look, do not look for what you don't want. Look for what you do want. And that's what you did, because you weren't in a good place when you started this business, and you started looking for what you wanted, and now you have everything you wanted.
Right. 2 years ago, I was down and out and broke. I've always been an entrepreneur, I always had that mindset where I need to go create for myself. I need to go build something, but I didn't have the capital. And if I had to go, work and save capital, it would have took me 20 years to save enough to open the business that I would want to open. So for me, this industry was the ticket out, and now it's opened up other opportunities in business for me. But you gotta be able to launch that business, and this was the perfect way to do so. Zero overhead. We do it from home. The product's already made. They package it, they manufacture it, they ship it, they take care of the payment processing. They do it all for us. All we have to do is go out there and promote it and share it with people. And for me, that's a win-win. They take all the ownership on that side, and then I go do my part and go market on social media and find people who are looking to make money and help them, right? The more people that I help, the more I get compensated. So it's a win-win on both sides.
Well, what I love is, I'm doing my 2-minute drill today at 11 a.m. and I talk about credibility and emotional attachment. the pitch, if Enrique or Nancy, who I know from Elevate, wanted to come on and give their pitch, and they were, since I coach them, they would ask me for advice. I would tell them your pitch should be 2 words. You don't have to use all 2 minutes. It would just be simply try it. Right. So if you get to a business where you're confident and credible and emotionally attached enough to just say, look, before we talk, before I tell you anything, in order to stimulate your interest, just try it. Let me know how you'd like to be a part of it. Do you want to keep on using it? Do you want to throw up? Or do you want to sell it? Do you want to build a huge business around it? What do you want to do? Just try it, because there's very few products that I have. Now, my ear pods are one of them that I was kind of resistant to. And my boys were like, dude, you got to have these. Try them. I see them in your ears. And I tried them like, whoa, I made a mistake, right? I tried them. I'm like, I can sell these. These are awesome. Elevate's the same way. You have the 2-word pitch, the perfect pitch, try it. And there you're able to, not only help yourself, but no pun intended, elevates you because you're elevating others. And it's an amazing company. Where can people find it? I see that they're pumping on there right now. Where can they go to talk to you and Nancy or me or Elevate? Where's the best place to go?
Yeah, they can find me right here on Instagram at Enrique Olazabal, or you on your account, or Nancy Ohanian. All you got to do is send us a direct message and we'll get back to you and give you all the information.
Yeah, whether you want $1,000 a month or $1 million a month, those are all possible, probable, and a reality with working with Enrique and Nancy. I see it, I know it, and it's because they have a try it product. And so if you just want to share that with people and tell them, hey, just try this and let me know how you want to participate, your business will grow exponentially again and again and again. You and Nancy are extraordinary people in my lives. You're such a gift. Sometimes I get to coach people and it's like, I don't like to tell them this, but I'd pay you guys to work with you. You're so wonderful. And you fill my heart and soul from the success that you have. Talk about elevating others to elevate yourself. You and Nancy do that for me as well. I appreciate you, man. Hopefully people reach out to us. Come back on and visit me. And thank you for doing so much for so many.
We will do, man. Have a great day, guys.
Sorry, hey, Enrique, sorry I didn't get Les Brown to open for you, bro. Sorry. Sorry, Nancy,
Next
I like
time.
you better. I see you watching, Nancy, obviously. See you later.
All right, guys. Bye.
All right, check him out. And Nancy's right there, Nancy Ohanian as well. So thank you, everybody. If you're interested, give them a ring. Reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll introduce you. And 949-298-2905. We got a huge network of people doing a whole bunch of great things. And look, if Elevate's not for you, I got Prime Your Body. I got WFG. I got all these great companies where you don't need any money. If you're looking for something to do, give it a try. See if you like it. Gigi, you getting ready for the pitch competition? I saw that you were one of the finalists for today. Kate, happy Friday to you. It's always wonderful to see my hula hooping friend. You're an amazing person. Janice, thank you for joining. All right, let's take a couple questions, and then we're going to get ready for training today, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Today's training right here. What is training on? It is on pitching, the perfect pitch, and we're going to use the 2-minute drill to show people all the advice about pitching and give the perfect pitch guide. If you miss it, it's featured on Spotify and Entrepreneur on Mondays. Check it out. You can check it out right there on the playbook, most downloaded podcast, the trainings from Friday, and you can still get the guides for free. David@dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905. Love it. Let's see here. Is it necessary to be very assertive and dominant as a leader? Assertive, yes. Dominant, no. You need to be assertive. You need to pay attention and give attention to the coincidences that you want. But you don't want to dominate people. You need to collaborate and coordinate. Collaborate and coordinate with people to be a great leader. In order to become a great leader, you've got to be a very, very intelligent follower. You need to be more interested than interesting. You need to learn how to collaborate and coordinate. You do not have to dominate. You can motivate, transition, and inspire, but domination is intimidation. You do not need to do that. Every once in a while, you can perturbate. If you want to read Marshall Thurber's Social Deviance and learn to perturbate people, to extract and have them look within themselves a little deeper, like Goggins says, right? When you're 40%, when you're about to quit, you're 40% of the way there. don't quit at 40%, right? Most people quit 99% of them before they get to 25% of the way there, believe it or not. Another 99% of the 1% quit before they get to 50%. That's where that 40% comes in. You got to go ahead and know that getting stuck means you're growing and accelerating. You are a 10-year-old's foot. So when you're stuck, that means you're growing out of your shoes. That's a good thing. Get stuck, getting stuck, get a new pair of shoes. You cannot out-ask the universe. You cannot out-ask the universe. Ask, ask, ask. Here we go. Last question, and we're going to get ready for training, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, the 2-minute drill. Today, David at dmeltzer.com. Join my text community, 298-2905. Here we go. Had anything surprised you during quarantine? Yeah, I think what surprised me most is how much of a better father I could be, how much more time I would enjoy to spend with my family. I thought I was giving enough to fulfill my personal values, and I wasn't. I've strengthened my relationship with my daughters, especially in that context, and how much I value family dinners. I used to, go to the Pro Bowl, Super Bowl, Masters, Kentucky Derby, Breeders' Cup, ESPYs, Emmys, Oscars, Grammys. The list goes on. And you can invite me to any of those. But if I had an opportunity to have dinner with all my family over any of those, I've changed my values. I've changed my mind. I am a hypocrite. I'd rather stay home and have a family dinner than go to the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, Masters, Kentucky Derby, and Breeders' Cup. So if that opportunity avails itself with my 3 daughters being in school and around the country, but if that's the choice I was offered, there's no doubt where I'd be. So I'd be selling my tickets or giving them away, which I've done before. Oh, you got to check out, early on, one of my favorite videos is Forbes did an article, the Super Bowl's Inside Man. Check that out, because I think that's the biggest glimpse I had to the lessons I've learned during the pandemic. Check out Forbes Inside Man, and we'll get through that. Anyway, it's going to be a phenomenal Friday. David at dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905. Join me every Friday for training for free. Get the perfect pitch guide. We're going to teach you how to pitch. We got some great pitch at the 2-minute drill. You get 2 minutes of pitch. I give you the feedback, and you get to ask me a question. We'll give some prizes as well. We got some unbelievable companies involved. So please watch. And if you miss it, it's always available on the playbook. Download it Mondays, the last one, or all of them are available. It's featured on Spotify now. I appreciate Spotify. Thank you so much for your support. Getting ready for Rogan to come on as well. This is amazing. Everything is working out at the right way at the perfect time. But most importantly, everyone, remember, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Have a great day. See you in front.